Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. This is the TikToker at KGal76, and you're looking at the image of video 1. I'm going to play 2 because I don't have TikTok, so but I'm going to play it through my phone. Oh, yeah, and first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, and to the Akwath that are listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson in truth. And the video, this TikTok video I'm about to play, beloved brother Mataz, in the Chicago camp, sent me a video that he did this morning, highlighting what I'm about to play. And as I started watching the video, and when I went to click on it to upload it, to repost it on one of the larger channels, it disappeared. They pulled the video. So he must have went hard, He must have said something that got Esau butthurt, and they clipped the video. But without any further ado, we're gonna play this part 2, of KGal at KGal76, the TikToker, whom I'm conflicted with, with her ethnicity, because she has the appearance of being an Edomite, but the more I've watched the video, the more I don't think that she is. I don't know if she's an Israelite, but she definitely doesn't have the spirit of Esau. So, but that's neither here nor there. That's just what I perceive through the spirit. Her spirit just is not giving off the vibe of an Edomite. But without any further ado, let me turn this up because it was kind of low, so I'm using my speaker.
Part 2.
Part 2. And she's whispering. I wish she hadn't done that. Never do that again, KGal.
Their minds will belong to us, and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within.
Hold on.
We will own both sides. We will always have...
Oh boy, hold on. I'm sorry, I just have to comment. I just watched the Black Widow movie. Was actually a lot better than I thought it would be. And it gave you a really good example of mind-altering technology. They have it. All right. They also do it through subliminal messaging, through education, because you're really not being educated. You're being indoctrinated. All right. You get indoctrinated because you're taught lies. You're taught what they want you to know, so that they can control the way you think by the information. You can control someone. You can predict what a person is going to do and the way they think simply by controlling the information that's going on into their head. All right. Yep. Simply just by controlling the information that's going on into their head. So let's go back to her. So this is a comment.
Watch me clean my dirty $1 room. Must make a bigger mess in...
I have no idea what that was. Must have been a commercial or something. Fucking bastards. Excuse my French. And you couldn't even see it. So I didn't even know what to click. I just had to shut it all down. So, because she says so much, you'll miss it. All right?
Already. Secret company. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this. Their minds will belong to us and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within. We will own both sides. We will always hide our objective but carry out our plan. They will perform the labor for us and we shall prosper from their toil.
Wow. So they control both sides of government. We and the men of the great millstone, the Hebrew Israelites, have been telling you that a long time. That scriptures about not putting the king over you that's not of your people, which is talking about voting. So they give you these parties and voting gives you the illusion that you actually have a voice, all right, and you don't. All right, point blank, period.
Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure always, for it is the way. We will make them
And she's talking about
kill each other when it suits us.
She's talking about the elites when she means that, because they don't care about the common, everyday so-called white person mixing with someone of color. They don't care about that. They're talking about the elite families. All right, the elite families aren't mixing their blood. The elites of the Japanese, the elites of the so-called white people, the elites of the Chinese, the elites, the of the so-called Indians. These nations, they're not mixing. All right, commoners, they don't care.
We will keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. We will control all aspects of their lives and tell them what to think and how. We will guide them.
Keep them from
and kindly
right.
And
she said with
and gently.
She said with dogma and religion, and that separates people. Okay, completely and totally separates people.
Letting them think we are guiding themselves. They are guiding themselves. We will foment animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, whichever suits us best.
There it is. You speak the truth, you get called a conspiracy theorist. You get thrown in jail or you get put to death by some accident. I can't help but think about Paul Walker and all the the controversy that surrounded his death. And these different Hollywood directors and actors who begin to speak and start to giving up information, and people who write certain books and then they die or whatever. Or they use their media to demonize you and call you a conspiracy nut, to make fun of you.
We will make them rip each other's hearts apart and kill their own children.
Abortion.
We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. The hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see that
media.
From the conflicts which we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us, for they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars.
That's also the whole gang thing. I just watched a video, Believe Not What You See, and it shows you a black woman, a really pretty one, and then they started taking all her mask and makeup off. She was really a white woman. And I always talk about, these prosthetic masks that these Edomites wear, and then they go to the hood and they shoot up and kill, and then they put it on TV. And what you're looking at is you think you see a bunch of brown people just shooting up and attacking, and often, it's white people. And people don't want to believe that, but it's true. All right, the placement of guns and drugs in certain neighborhoods, and then the removing of assets, of opportunities, not building up their schools and their stores, et cetera, et cetera. But then you put plenty of guns and drugs in there and then create opposition. All right. And they only do that on a street level, but they also do that to countries. All right. This is how these people operate.
So here we are, where all of your friends
and their deaths.
are
We
eating
shall repeat this over
nice.
and
I don't know why I did that. It did it again. So now that I've said that, I'm just gonna go back because it just does. Is this? I don't have TikTok, so I'm only going off from a text, and it keeps when I stop it and pause it, it clicks into other things. So now that I've said what I've said, I'm gonna let her just go right. Let you hear it all the way through.
Part 2. Secret covenant. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this. Their minds will belong to us and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within. We will own both sides. We will always hide our objective but carry out our plan. They will perform the labor for us and we shall prosper from their toil. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure always, for it is the way. We will make them kill each other when it suits us. We will keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. We will control all aspects of their lives and tell them what to think and how. We will guide them and kindly and gently letting them think they are guiding themselves. We will foment animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, whichever suits us best. We will make them rip each other's hearts apart and kill their own children. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. The hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see that from the conflicts which we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us, for they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars and their deaths. We shall repeat this over and over and over until our ultimate goal is accomplished. We will continue to make them live in fear and anger through images and sounds. We will use all the tools.
Wow, I had to stop it. The fear, terror threats, cyber attacks, outbreaks, and when they control the flow of information about these things.
We have to accomplish this. The tools will be provided by their labor. We will make them hate themselves and their neighbors. We will always hide the divine truth from them, that we are all one. This they must never know. Wow. They must never know that color is an illusion. They must
Color
always think that they are not equal.
is an illusion. All right? Like it says in Numbers 1 and 18. That your race is determined by the house of your father. All right? Whatever your father is, that is what you are, regardless of your color. And this truth has been taken away from the world, and the false narrative of color has replaced it, which is something that they did.
Drop by drop, by drop, by drop, we will advance in our goal. We will take over their land, resources, and wealth to exercise total control over them.
Oh, wow.
We will deceive.
Drop by drop. So basically, if you have a leaky faucet, and you got a big bucket, well, now if you were trying to use the water in that bucket to drink, clean, or bathe, it would seem like a long time. But if you're going to gradually fool, control, or implement a situation, and you let that bucket fill up slowly, people won't even notice it. They won't even recognize it.
We will deceive them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom that they will have. We will establish a money system that will imprison them forever, keeping them and their children in debt.
Federal Reserve.
We will, when they shall band together, we shall accuse them of crimes of present and different story
Extremism.
and present a different story to the world, for we shall own all the media.
Ooh.
The recruits will be called initiates, and will be indoctrinated to believe false rites of passage to higher realms. Wow. Members of these groups will think they are one with us, never knowing the truth.
Wow. So the groups that are involved, that think they're helping or being a part of the government, some form of fashion, they're not. What they're saying, they'll set you up to think you're doing one thing and you're serving their purpose. All right. Grab a couple scriptures, man, because he said they will take away their lands and their rights, and it made me think of Nahum. It's either Nahum or Micah. Yeah, it is Micah. It's Micah 2. And I'm going to start at verse 1. Because this fits what she was saying. This is Micah 2:1, and it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. They covet fields and take them by violence, and houses they take them away, so that they oppress a man, his house, even a man and his heritage." So they steal whole countries and they steal people's heritage from them. They steal, the music. Just whatever. It's nonstop with these people. All right. Let me see if I can find something else that I saw earlier and play it, and then read a scripture and we'll be out with it. Yeah, here we go. Kawalia sent this. We'll put this up earlier. But let's, hold on.
Land spread smallpox, killed all the buffalo, spread. White people have stolen land, spread smallpox, killed all the buffalo and salmon to cause starvation, shot at women and children trying to flee a massacre, slaughtered, put them on the worst pieces of land, destroyed sacred land, poisoned water, kidnapped, beaten, and raped women and children, forced hysterectomies, forced IUDs on girls as young as 9, forced sterilization, stolen culture, language, fashion, and ceremonies, experimented on, tortured, and killed children and babies, caused international generational trauma, systematic poverty, destroyed documentation, and hindered investigations, verbally, sexually, and physically abused using various weapons over hundreds of years to the indigenous communities. Hysterectomies, forced IUDs on girls as young as 9, forced sterilization, stolen culture, language, fashion,
they're still
and
doing
ceremonies,
that, by the way.
experimented on, tortured, and killed children and babies, caused international generational trauma, systematic poverty, destroyed documentation, and hindered investigations, verbally, sexually, and physically abused using various weapons over hundreds of years.
Yeah. So destroyed documentation, hiding and covering up history. And then you got the ones today that are angry when the history come out, and they call it critical race theory. They don't want the truth about how they got into power and what they did to come out, because they want their image to be crispy clean and that they're the good and the upright, when they're the complete opposite. All right? This is And now all of a sudden, this day and age, you got little white children crying about how they don't want to be white. White adults, young adults, college age kids, you know, embarrassed about their culture and their history. But you know, the scriptures did say that they would complain of ungodly, you know, they would complain of ungodly fathers, roughly paraphrased. But let me get this last scripture and close it out. You know, this was kind of difficult dealing with the TikTok thing, and I don't really have it. And through the, it was hard to control it, you know, the way that I was doing it. So Salakia for that. But this is 2 Ezra 6 and 27. And it reads, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Call halal Yahweh Bashanah Shai, Bahashem Rakak Badash, Wa Abba Babal, Kwam Yasharallah."